Big Tech signed on to a White House plan for AI education in U.S. schools. Researchers found alarming overlaps among 18 popular VPNs. And Sesame Street's new partnership with YouTube will bring hundreds of full episodes to the video platform. It's Friday, September 5th, and here's a quick look at tech in the news this morning from Engadget. On Thursday, the White House hosted several tech and AI leaders at an event centered on teaching artificial intelligence in U.S. schools. Many of the big tech companies, including Amazon, Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, and Anthropic, have already issued press releases with their commitments to a pledge from the White House to help foster early interest in AI technology, promote AI literacy and proficiency, and enable comprehensive AI training for parents and educators. The business commitments include things like cash prizes for students and teachers who use AI in educational ways, and cheap or free access to the company's AI tools, training, and certifications. First Lady Melania Trump hosted the gathering. That sounds fine and dandy on the surface. Understanding AI and the limits of what it can and cannot do are already important as industries try to adapt to the technology. But considering the current administration has been actively trying to dismantle the Department of Education for being too woke, it seems doubtful that this is going to be a thoughtfully planned or well-reasoned rollout that has the best interests of students at heart. It is unclear if any actual teachers were consulted in the development of these initiatives or asked for suggestions on how best to prepare students for the sudden rise of AI. For the Schadenfreude fans out there, it appears that Trump's former BFF Elon Musk was not invited to Thursday's gathering of tech leaders, although Musk insisted that he was asked, and he just couldn't attend. Sure. A new peer-reviewed study alleges that 18 of the 100 most downloaded virtual private network apps on the Google Play Store are secretly connected in 3 large families, despite claiming to be independent providers. Now, the paper does not indict any of Engadget's picks for the best VPN, but the services it investigates are popular, with 700 million collective downloads on Android alone. The study, published in the Journal of the Privacy Enhancing Technologies Symposium, does not find just that the VPNs in question failed to disclose behind-the-scenes relationships, but also that their shared infrastructures contain serious security flaws. Well-known services like TurboVPN, VPN Proxy Master, and XVPN were found to be vulnerable to attacks capable of exposing a user's browsing activity and injecting corrupted data. Titled Hidden Links: Analyzing Secret Families of VPN Apps, the paper was inspired by an investigation by VPN Pro, which found that several VPN companies each were selling multiple apps without identifying the connections between them. This spurred the Hidden Links researchers to ask whether the relationships between secretly co-owned VPNs could be documented systematically. Starting from the list of the most downloaded VPNs on Android, the researchers compiled data from each VPN's business paperwork, web presence, and code base, and sifted through it for connections. Primarily through identifying suspicious similarities in the code, they were able to sort 18 VPN apps into 3 groups. Now, if you are a VPN user, this study should concern you for 2 reasons. The first problem is that companies entrusted with your private activities and personal data are not being honest about where they are based, who owns them, or who they might be sharing your sensitive information with. Even if their apps were all perfect, this would be a severe breach of trust. But their apps are far from perfect, which is the second problem. All 18 VPNs across all 3 families use the Shadow SOCKS protocol with a hard-coded password, which makes them susceptible to takeover from both the server side, which can be used for malware attacks, and the client side, which can be used to eavesdrop on web activity. Ultimately, a VPN provider being dishonest about its background and a VPN client running on slapdash infrastructure are symptoms of the same problem. These are apps designed to do something other than keep you safe online. Since all 18 were listed as unrelated products, it's also clear that app stores are not an effective line of defense. The paper makes it all the more imperative to never download a free VPN without vetting it first, and to only use free VPNs that are supported by paid subscriptions. To get the full list of the 18 VPNs mentioned in this paper, check out this article at Engadget.com, and I've put a link to the article in the show notes. Sesame Street creator Sesame Workshop and YouTube have announced a new extended partnership that will bring episodes of the iconic children's show to the platform and a series of workshops for creators on how to create content that is entertaining while also promoting learning. This new YouTube partnership joins an existing Netflix deal to stream new episodes of Sesame Street starting in November. According to YouTube, it will now have a catalog of hundreds of full episodes of the show, on top of content created especially for the YouTube audience, featuring beloved Sesame Street characters. The fact that Sesame Workshop will help train the next generation of kid-friendly entertainers as part of the deal is also a direct acknowledgement that some children know Ms. Rachel before Big Bird. Of course, Sesame Street becoming even more of a presence on the platform fits larger trends. YouTube has firmly established itself as a home for kids' entertainment and educational content, and that doesn't seem like it will change anytime soon. With distribution deals with Netflix and YouTube, Sesame Street seems like it's in a much more stable position than it was previously. The future of the series and its availability through free public broadcasters seemed uncertain after Warner Brothers Discovery opted to end its partnership with Sesame Workshop last year. As a beneficiary of government funding, cuts to public media made by the Trump administration also impacted Sesame Street. These new partnerships guarantee there will still be multiple ways to watch the show for free, and it might even reach new audiences in the process. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and a whole lot more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Anna Washenko, Sam Chapman, and Ian Carlos Campbell, and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer by me, Steve White. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on Monday with more tech news from Engadget.